Hey everybody, this is the LEGO City Airport Air Show set, which is much nicer than I expected it to be based on looking at the pictures early on, because the builds of the planes themselves are really nice. This first one looks like it may be loosely inspired by a Saab, maybe a Saab Gripen, I'd say. It's got the large canards in the front, a single engine design with twin intakes, one on either side. I'm not a big fan of that shape of that canopy, which was also used in the Black Panther jet set. But other than that, the build of the thing was just really enjoyable. You know, studs on the side construction for the engine intakes in the center section, bulking up of the fuselage, got a little bit of detailing on the inside with just the textured brick there. And the shaping of the thing overall is good. It has a nice stance on the ground, gives you enough room if you want to put some clear bricks under there and kind of put it into a taking off kind of stance. And the plan form of it looks great as well. Not just with the shaping, the outer silhouette of it, but the colors they brought in there. It's got a nice flow to it. It really accentuates the shape of the whole thing. It does have 4 stickers on it, I think. Or was it 5? I think it's just 4 on this one. One on either side here, and then one on either side up here. Very easy to leave those out. I do strongly recommend that you put these forward ones on the sides of the cockpit, but the ones on the tail, if you don't like stickers, just don't put those on. Cockpit opens up very easily. Got a nice little heads-up display, little piece of glass right there, and there is a console down inside, which is actually a printed piece. The other jet has a sticker there, but it's easy to get the figure in and out. You can kind of lean the figure back if you want to, or you can have him or her sitting a little bit more straight up. But yeah, happy with this one. This next jet is of a very similar size, but different design. This one I'd say may be loosely inspired by an FA-18 Hornet. Not a Super Hornet, just a regular Hornet. Loosely inspired, definitely not not a replica by any means. Twin engine design here. Got the twin angled vertical stabilizers. The one thing that I don't like about this one is the visibility of those blue plates. Once again, with studs on the side construction for the engine sections there on the sides, but the blue plates are there just for the sake of making it easier to build the thing more, easier to identify the parts as you're building them, to make it just more of a quick process. But I don't appreciate the fact that they're still visible when the thing is completely assembled. Again, with the plan form, very nice, smooth. I like the black. I think the black is my favorite part of what they've done with the colors here. Although the smoothness on the top with the curved pieces is good. The angle of the vertical stabilizers or control surfaces, whatever, tail feathers, I think is nice, although these horizontal elements are small. It doesn't bug me as much as I feel like it should. I feel like the proportions of the thing overall just work out for kind of that Lego scale. It's not gonna be perfect, but I think the whole thing looks cool. This one doesn't have quite as much room to allow you to angle it up, but it's enough. So if you put some, stack some things underneath the front wheel, then that works out pretty well. You can just remove the landing gear on this very easily if you want to hang it from strings or something from your ceiling. Neither of these jets looks great from the underside, and here you see more of the blue. And look at the underside of the other one. Here you see some red, but also some yellow. The red's not so bad, but yeah, very different overall design concept with the wing shapes and everything, but I still end up enjoying looking at this thing, and I especially enjoyed putting it together. Here's the cockpit on this one. Once again, little heads-up display there, and nope, this is not one that has a sticker either. Okay, must be the very last one. Yep, this is the one that has the sticker for the console up front. This is a modernized Sport Flyer biplane with a full bubble canopy on it. I do feel like the stickers on this one on the outside are very important for its look. I think this doesn't look as good with them off, just personally. At least these here on the front, the cooling exit vents, and especially the ones on the prop. They just really add a lot of life to the thing in my eyes. I very much like what they've done with the attachment of the mufflers along the sides. Those are clipped in place so they don't move around freely. The thing is short in length. I like what they've done with the main landing gear, but the tail gear is so far forward that's a little bit awkward to me. They did push it as far back as they could though without attaching it underneath the tail feathers, which would have been somewhat of an awkward place to put the tail wheel, because it would have needed quite a lot of vertical extension to get it down to the ground. It would have kind of ruined the shape of the tail, I think, was what was going on there. My favorite feature of this plane and its design is the sweep of the wings. They didn't just go completely straight with the wings. You know, they gave them that nice angle back, which just looks more believable and looks faster that way. Overall, for a minifig scaled thing, I think that they've once again done a very nice job here. It's not realistic, but I think it works well with Lego minifigures and with just, you know, maintaining a kind of fanciful overall design that works well with the figures and the awkward proportions of figures themselves. You know, you got the bar there for doing stunts, so you attach somebody up onto the top, you know, do a little bit of show off there. The only thing this needs is a set of smoke generators. Of course, you can just imagine that those exist somewhere, but this thing is good to go, ready to put on an air show. This hangar is the largest thing that you build in the set. It's the last thing that you build in the set, and it's the easiest. Surprisingly, it goes together very quickly, uses rather large pieces, so these supports are large. This is all one plate. This is all one plate, and coming around to the other side, all one plate here, all one plate here. Just really long pieces used. They use a lot of tiles inside of there, so when you're assembling this, you don't have to push down on a whole lot of studs and just sit there, you know, kind of working your way along. It goes together very quickly and very easily. And this is able to accommodate any one of the aircraft. So this one, this jet will fit in there. And it's got the width. The length is not quite there, you know, not fully. You got the tail sticking out just a little bit, nose maybe sticking out just a little bit also. Switching that over to this plane, the Saab, fits a little bit better, but still has a little bit sticking out, this time more with the tail. This works best, by far, with the prop plane, which is the smallest, just fits in there better, and also goes with the color scheme, you know, with the orange and the gray. Obviously, this wants to house that particular plane, but that leaves you with enough space to pose some figures around the edges and to use some of the other little accessory things that are included in the set. You can kind of imagine things driving around, tools around the sides, you know, it just gives you enough room to really play around in there, and you can easily access stuff from the front and the back because there's enough height to get your hands in there. This small ground crew maintenance vehicle I think is great. The color scheme is good. Looks like a proper little polybag set. It's a fueler, so it's got a fuel hose, what that's supposed to represent over here on the side. Just everything fits together really nicely with it. I just like looking at it. It brings pleasure to my eyes. It says follow me on the back, you know, for leading planes in when they're taxiing back to the hangar or whatnot. And it has a little clip for attaching an accessory on the side, which makes sense. And I guess this is supposed to be the fuel tank over on the side with the octane colors there. Here's a closer look at the 4 aviators included in the set. The 2 on the left are intended to go with the jets, and the 2 on the right are intended to go with the biplane. But of course, you can put them wherever you want, however you want, and change, you know, pieces around from one to the next. And I personally favor the flight suits of the jet pilots. Those just look really cool. They look unique, look like something that I've not seen from Lego before, and they go really well with these helmets with those really nice gold stripes on the sides. Those really stand out with that curvature of the helmet, the width. I think there's just something special about exactly what they've done with the gold lines there. It just really looks collectible to me and high class. Good stuff though, you know, just really nice parts. A little bit of printing on the backs of these torsos, difficult to see with the black against the dark blue there. These are much more obvious, and those would also work, I think, for like race car drivers. Now here are the 2 ground crew members included with the set, with medium blue Octan garb on the left. That's new. Cool. These stand out pretty well, and they look good. Both of them. Very happy with both of these. There's one additional thing with figures that I didn't show you just a second ago. With one of the pilots, they include an extra hairpiece, so you can give that to this pilot if you want, or you can give it to this one. Or why not this one if you want? Not this one though. No, not this one. That doesn't work. Lastly, here's a closer look at the tool caddy, which comes with a full set of LEGO's current tools. This right here is just really simple looking, does not look good to me at all, but it does give you a place to store your tools, and that's good rather than having to just leave them in a pile somewhere or try to carefully sort them away into a little Lego cabinet or shelving set. And then this just has a couple of clips to hold on to a couple of additional things, and of course they have to include a coffee mug because it is Lego City. So I like most of the stuff in this set, but the one thing that I don't like about it is the price. The price seems high, and the price per part is also rather on the high side. I can understand the price per part being higher than normal, given that this has 6 minifigures, and that hanger does have a number of very large pieces, which are typically worth a bit more. Also, the wings of the planes are fairly large pieces, but still seems like it's getting just a little bit too far out there for me. I would like to see this one come down in price a bit, so maybe if this goes on sale, it'll be worth it a bit more. Let me know what you think about the features of this set, and if you have a favorite between the 3 planes, and also if you have any thoughts about the price of it, if you think that it's justified for what you get, or if it's looking a little bit high to you as well. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to your feedback, and I'll talk to you again very soon.